Alrighty, I'm going to do this quick car tour because this is the last week that I'm actually going to be sleeping in my car for the, what do you call it? For my second job that is in Biscayne. Hopefully I'm getting everything. There is a bag beneath those bags that I keep my things in regards to work that I use on a regular basis. Well, not a regular basis, but possibly regular would be me carrying it into the job when I get there. So for example, a clipboard, a dry erase marker, which I use for one job in regards to a sign that I put at the front. Maybe I get better lighting here. Yeah, it's a little dark because I stepped it out. I think that's the word. So well. I'm all about challenges, making changes, doing something different. So I decided, because my car was messing up and I didn't have extra money to fix it right then and there, I was going to go ahead and, gosh, the lighting is bad, but you guys know why. I was going to go ahead and sleep in my car on the weekends when I work the second job, which initially the schedule was 7 to 3 Friday, Saturday 7 to 11, Sunday 7 to 3, and then 11 to 7 overnight. The other big reason why I decided to do that is because I woke up one time very late and I ended up being to work at an hour and a half past the time I was scheduled. I'm all about efficiency and improvement, so I wasn't really trying to make that a habit or make it a possibility that it would happen. So I thought to myself, okay, I've slept in my truck before. Let me go ahead and see if this works out, and just stay in the area, keep it scanned, which was very difficult to find parking where people wouldn't be like, oh, there's an issue. So far, it's not as efficient as I thought, because I planned as much as I could last week with working the other job during the week, but I still didn't get everything I needed to get. And then when I get into my car to go to sleep, I'm going to the gym to shower, so I'm taking another, the big floral bag you saw. I'm taking that bag in there, and then the other bag holds just my clean stuff, and then my purse that I carry and my lunch bag is beneath it. So when I come back into the car, it's not necessarily, okay, sleep time. It's like, okay, organize and put everything in the front, and whatever else I end up having to do, whether I change in the car, I change in the restroom, but it's way more stuff to do opposed to if I go home and I'm just changing my clothes and going to sleep, or taking a shower and changing my clothes and going to sleep. That's it. There's not additional steps like in the car. So I fixed my car, $215 that I was trying not to spend, but now it gives me the convenience of going home on the weekends, especially since it seems like my schedule is going to change where I'm doing doubles Saturday and Sunday, which might work out very well. It's just I don't want to affect my performance. And the reason why it might work out very well is because I already got Monday off for the first job, and I work Thursday overnight 8 to 3 a.m. So the past 2 weeks I've been leaving there and coming here at 7. So if I can get Friday off, which I'm going to work that schedule next week to see how it works, thank God the manager is understanding, it works out where I can have 2 days off, which is amazing. Actually have 2 days off as if I worked one job. It is 2 sun visors. You know, the sun visors come in sets, the circle ones. This is a back sun visor. I bought 3. I definitely didn't know it was going to be mesh, and I definitely didn't think it worked well the other day until I walked behind the car when it was not on, and it was directly under a really bright light, and I realized you can't really see inside my car, so I can see why they would make this mesh. I think this is like the thickest tint I have on all of my windows. I'm at the park right now, Calusa Park. Hopefully you guys don't feel too bad about the lighting. At least you can see my nails. To elaborate on the whole stepping out of the car, the reason why I didn't buy another sun visor, not the mesh one, is because I have an old sun visor, the butterfly kind, but it's not the circle ones. It's the original that's rectangle. In the midst of the weekend, I realized if I want to be as inconspicuous as possible, I want something gentle. That dull gray that's on the back of the I didn't use anything in the back window. I used my lip is peeling. I can't help it. I used the back window mesh for the right window, and then I put my pink scarf over it, and it worked out to me very well. And then one night I didn't use anything in the front or the back. One of them, because of how I had the car parked. So I figured I don't really need this rectangular, easily spotted sun visor. I have thumbtacks in the ceiling. Those were the usual spots that I would put them for holding up the sun visors. It worked out really well with the thumbtacks. I had the little organizer in the back of the driving seat, which I usually put the little small fan in that top right pocket. And then I had at the bottom mesh pockets, I had my rubber and alcohol spray, my tissue, and then I had the carpet smell good, which is why you see white stuff on the carpet, because initially that was supposed to be the freshener, because I already had like the little small ball fresheners in there. And then that wasn't enough. Prior to that, before I ran out, I had the lavender Febreze refresher for cloth, which I love lavender. I think that worked out so well, but I ran out, I think, in the midst of that weekend. And I'm trying to stick to the initial budget and schedule I had before I started working 2 jobs, because it worked out so well, where I just run errands one day out of the week, especially gas-wise. It saves money. And I have a Honda Civic, so it's not like I spend that much money on gas, but saving as much as you can all the time, especially when you don't have a well-paying job, is what most people don't teach us to do, and it's what we're supposed to keep in mind. So to give myself as much legroom as possible, I pushed the front seat all the way forward, and I leaned the seat all the way towards the steering wheel, so when I go to sleep, I'm not sure where the pillow was, but I have like a really long pillow where I put right there, and I lean it up against the seat so I can stretch out my legs. So I did the same thing for the passenger side, because I had the cooler. Initially I had a bigger cooler because I loved it. So it was dull blue, so it matched with what I had on the car, and it had the 2 handles, but it wasn't like actual handles. It was like that handle that's kind of like built into it, and it has that tuck. It had the push down handle, but it was too big. It even had like a circle. I need to empty that cooler now that I think about it. It even had like a opening in the back where you poured out the water. Anyways, the reason why I didn't push the passenger side seat towards the dash as much as possible is because that's where I keep my purse, my lunch bag, and then when it's time to sleep in the bag, that's where I moved the clean clothes bag, and possibly have like my uniform spread out to like air it out in the front. And then as you can see, the big floor bag, that was like my gym bag that I go to shower and all that good stuff. I actually have a gym bag, but I didn't think to bring it. I didn't think I needed it, but I thought it was too big actually, and that floor bag is actually bigger. This coming weekend, my schedule has changed where I'm doing 12 hours in 2 days. 12 hours per day, so 7 to 11, Saturday and Sunday, and I'm actually going to try to go home between the 11 to 7 time period and come back. I have an alarm clock that I bought after being late. So cute, right? and it even has a light. The plan is use that and my phone alarm and my app alarm clock to ensure that I wake up on time. I'm not going to need the gym bag because I'm going to come home and shower. So that means all the preparation that I do in regards to like putting 5 outfits that I want to wear after I get off of work, because I change my clothes right after. I haven't had extra money to buy a uniform yet. Listen, when I was younger, my parents and my aunts, because my aunts mostly raised me, didn't have money to buy uniforms for each kid for each day of the week. So we got out of school, got home, changed out of our uniform into house clothes, and wore that uniform the next day or the following day within that same week. So I'm so glad that I was brought up that way. It cost me about $100 to purchase the uniform. It's really good quality. Don't get me wrong. I've had it for a year. I wore it for probably like 4 or 5 months. And then for the next part of the year, I didn't wear it. And still in good condition. Other than the white shirt gathering like cotton balls. I don't know why. It's really good quality. Hopefully, though, this works out where this weekend I can just come home, shower, sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, get up on time, be back at work. Because it just costs way more time to stay in the area. Because that was like choosing outfits. Because when I changed my clothes, I stay in, it was Key Biscayne. So, it's like uppity people, and you might not think you're being watched, but you're being watched is how I looked at it. And I started changing my clothes at work, like when I got off. That area is usually closed, but it's also the entrance to one of their pools. So just in case, I wanted to make sure my outfits wasn't really repeating in the same week, and it was a different outfit every day. So it was the process of choosing the outfits, bringing my rag and my towel, a bag where they dry appropriately or they don't like accumulate much moisture, shoes for the shower, like all that stuff in regards to like if you were home. When you're home, you don't have to carry it. So in the end, I was doing more work than necessary. And like I said, 2020, I ain't doing no challenges for myself unless I need to. So that's that. Your day is going to continue to be wonderful, productive, life-changing, and if it's not, you are going to make it so, because it can always be worse.